Today I'm bringing to all of you my top pantry items that I think everybody should have in their pantry to make tasty AF meals. Tasty AF meals. I'm also eating my protein shake, which some of the ingredients are in this. So if I end up with chocolate on my shirt, you know why. Anyway, let's begin. There's quite a variety on my floor right now, and I'm waiting for my mom to walk upstairs and be like, what is going on in here? But anyway, number one, my most commonly used pantry item at school or at home, honestly, but not so much recently because while I was cutting I wasn't eating as many carbs. But these microwavable pack of brown rice and quinoa are life saviors. I have these ones and I have one that's in purple too, and those ones have kale, and they come like in these packs, and you microwave them for 90 seconds and they're done and they're ready, and each one has like 2 servings in it. It's like 2 meals, one of these, and you can buy this whole like huge box from like Costco or something. So nice to have, especially when you like don't have meals ready and you just need something really quick before you run out the door. Highly recommend. Then to go along with that, my favorite source of protein, stays in the pantry for when you need it, when you didn't cook chicken for the week, when you don't have eggs left over, or if you're vegetarian, I don't know because I'm not, but tuna, bumblebee, white, you know, that word that I can't say. And you want to make sure that it's in water. When it's in oil, there's going to be more oil, obviously. And then if you can get low sodium ones, this one is not low sodium, but if you can get a low sodium one, that's even better because they do have a little bit more sodium. And you have to be careful not to have too many cans of tuna because of the mercury, I think it is. Very good source of protein to have, especially if you're running low on time or don't have any protein ready to eat. And especially if you don't want protein powder. Next up on the list, spread all over my bed on accident, video clip here. Wonderful. Yeah, so that was upsetting, but brown rice pasta. Another really good thing just to have in the pantry, obviously, because all of these are in the pantry. But these can be a really quick dinner. Throw it together with some nutritional yeast, which I'll show you. And you have yourself a nice, hearty, nutrient-dense, calorically dense meal. Yeah. So for example, like this one, half a cup of dry pasta is 49 grams of carbs, 5 grams of protein, 2 grams of fat. So pretty good macros on this. There's some chicken in it. You're good to go. Okay. Next, one that I think if you don't have it in your pantry, then there's something wrong with you. Actually, to be fair, I don't put this in the pantry, I put it in the fridge because I forget exactly what happens, but there's something that happens to peanut butter that's unhealthy when you don't put it in the fridge after opening it. But anyway, obviously it's peanut butter because I already said peanut butter. Peanut butter. So this is the one I'm using right now. This is, if you saw in my story, literally fresh ground peanut butter. Like you press start and like they grind peanuts right in front of you. When you are buying peanut butter, make sure you are checking the ingredients that it's only peanuts in it. Okay, maybe they'll add a little bit of salt, that's fine, then check the sodium, but if it says palm oil or any sort of added thing besides peanuts, don't eat it. Don't get it. Oh, I have an ice cube. Next thing, one of my best friends, cinnamon. Cinnamon is so necessary to have, obviously, because we have this huge thing that's like almost done at this point, but so necessary to have in your pantry, guys, because one, tastes good, and it's like 1 tablespoon, I think, of cinnamon is 10 calories, and if you use 1 tablespoon of cinnamon, you're gonna pass out anyway from the taste, but so you don't really need that much of it to get good flavor from it. And it's an anti-inflammatory, so when you put it in your smoothies and stuff, if you have problems with bloating from smoothies, this will help you not bloat as much. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, and it tastes really good, so cinnamon. Next, also for your smoothies, granola. So I love having granola in my pantry just because, you know, sometimes I want a little crunch in my smoothies. So this one's dark chocolate whole grain clusters. Although granola is very calorie dense, so be careful with it that you're not overdoing it. Could go like 0.5 ounces over what you're supposed to eat, and you got so many more calories out of nowhere. But I love having this. Next up, also for smoothies, cocoa powder, 100% unsweetened. Gotta make sure it's unsweetened. Also, I think it's cacao, I don't know, but so good. I love putting this in my smoothies, like this one right here. It has it in it, okay? Or you can put it in oats if you want to make anything like chocolatey. You use this, it's perfect. And then if it's not sweet enough for you, use the next thing that I think you should always have, stevia. So stevia is so easy to use as a sweetener for anything. I also put stevia in this bowl that I'm eating right now. I put it in my oats a lot to like sweeten it up a little bit. You could put it in pancake mix if you want, which brings me to the next one. pancake mix. I mean, I'm just like setting myself up here. So I feel like a fool because normally I have Kodiak mix. I know, but I have not gotten a new one since I ran out of it because I want to finish this one. And this one's actually very, very good. Arrowhead multigrain pancakes. Pancake mix, another one, guys, especially if it's high protein. You got your protein and your carbs in it. Throw in some of your peanut butter and your cinnamon with some of the next thing I'm going to show you. You are set. Perfect balanced meal. Which brings me to the next point, sugar-free syrup. So Walden Farms International, which is not this, has 0-calorie sweeteners, 0-calorie syrups, 0-calorie everything, salad dressings, 0-calorie. Obviously there's sucralose in it, same with this, but you only use a little, so it's okay, you know? And it's better than using real syrup, has so much sugar that it ends up being so calorically dense, but this is Carrie. Sugar-free syrup, so important to have. If you're having pancakes often, get this, guys. Have it in your pantry. Next, seasonings of choice. Now, you've probably heard a lot about Himalayan pink salt. The reason people use this over regular salt is because it has less sodium per serving and it has a lot of nutrients. So that's why people use it. I enjoy the taste of it, so I use it too. And then there's ground cumin. This, turmeric, and paprika are all anti-inflammatories. So they're very, very good to use as spices for different things. I usually don't really use cumin. I use paprika and garlic powder the most. Seasonings. For those days when you have had plenty of fats and you don't really need any more fats, but you want a taste of peanut butter, you know what I'm saying? You got some PB2. I am actually using this right now in my little bowl over here. I mix it up with some oats, some dried oats, and it's perfect. It's my go-to when I have had too much peanut butter already. PB2, if you guys don't know, I mean, there's plenty of powdered peanut butters nowadays, but PB2 is my favorite one that I've had so far. I think it's the only one I've had so far, actually. But it's really good, so I highly suggest. And then last but not least, actually, I have the nutritional yeast one, but it's all the way downstairs and I don't feel like getting it. So nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is non-activated yeast, basically, that when activated is like a cheesy substance and tastes sort of like cheese, so it's like a cheese alternative. It has a bunch of vitamins and minerals and has like all the B vitamins. It's high in protein for its size, so it doesn't mean it has like 20 grams of protein, but it has a decent amount of protein for its size, so it's really good for you. So nutritional yeast, I love using that pasta or any sort of like vegetable when you're sauteing it. If you mix it up with the nutritional yeast, cover it up, and then it gets like all gooey like cheese. Okay, and then dried oats. The oats that are in here are actually not from Wegmans, they're from Costco. I bought this huge thing of old-fashioned oats from Costco. I don't even know how I'm gonna get through this whole thing. It has, I think, 3 or 4 bagfuls of oats, and I am only in the one bag from a year ago. So then I have this thing from Wegmans that I got, and I just keep refilling it with oats from Costco. So super easy to have on the side. I mean, some people eat oats every morning, so especially if you're one of those people, buy it in bulk because you're gonna save so much money than if you're just like buying a bag of oats every single time you go grocery shopping. So it's very useful to have in your pantry, even if you're not having it for breakfast, throwing it in your shakes like I'm doing, making muffins. I don't really know. There's a bunch of things you can do. Some oatmeal, grind it up and make some like oatmeal cake. So those are my top pantry items that I think everybody should have in their pantry. And now I have to go put it all back in my pantry. But anyway, I hope you all have a fabulous night. It's like 11 p.m. here and I need to shower and go to bed, but make sure you like this video if you liked it, or like it if you don't. Okay?